2025 City Council meeting to order. This will be the last one we have this year, hopefully. And we are a couple of minutes late, but we had to do some work on the equipment. If you didn't hear me say, we had to have a 9-volt battery. So it's amazing how in this day of computer techs and all that stuff, sometimes a little old battery will run the show. Okay, we have a quorum tonight. Caleb has informed me that he won't be able to make it tonight. So, but we do have a quorum. It's good to see everybody. And in case I forget to say it at the end, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's here, and I just don't remember Christmas coming around this quickly when I was a child. It just didn't happen. Now it'll be over with, and a month later it seems like it's here again. But anyway, if you'll bow with me, we'll have a word of prayer, and then we'll move into our meeting. Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for another day of life and the opportunity to gather here with our friends and neighbors. We pray a blessing on everyone that's here, and we pray that you'll continue to bless this community. We pray that you'll be with us as we make decisions tonight. And we pray for those around about us that while it's a happy and festive season, we know that some are sad for the loss of loved ones or worried about sickness or whatever. We just pray that you'll be with them and they'll lean on you for comfort and strength. We ask now that you go with us and forgive us our sins. Amen. All right, got a set of minutes from November 18. Y'all had a chance to look at them?
Make a motion to approve.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a second. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Good. Public business, anybody want to address us tonight? Come right up to the microphone, which has the new 9-volt battery now, and you should be able to be heard out everywhere. Come on up. Yeah, no hurry. Take your time. We're going to be here a while.
How you doing, folks?
Doing all right, you?
Good. My name is Zachary Dell. I live South Watertown by Statesville. Just built a house here recently.
Yeah.
I've been using the water here, paid for your guys' service to do that. I was a little delayed on paying for a little while, tardy. I apologize for that. I have made amends, paid it all in full, and I will make sure that never happens again if I can continue using that service. I use it for my house because right now on my property, all my wells do not have good water, and instead of drilling another well, I haul my own water for right now. But since water has come up the road, it will allow me to, not have to worry about that here pretty soon once I can get a tap put in. But just want to apologize to all of you, and I will make sure that never happens again.
Well, we're going to put probably a policy in place tonight, but I mean, we can make that work
Okay.
for you. And
I will only need the services for a little while longer until, I get a tap for the house. I'd rather have the city water. It's nice and easy. I wish I had a good well or spring, but.
well, we'll try to help as much as we can. So I
Appreciate
appreciate you
that.
coming in tonight. And
Absolutely.
if you want to hang around and listen, we'll get into it a little bit later on the agenda, or you can find out tomorrow if you got something else you'd rather do tonight.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But we'll continue on.
stay and
Appreciate
listen
you
for a
making
while.
that.
I like this, so.
Yeah, glad you made amends, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else? Oh, this doesn't seem right. Okay. We'll move on then. Chief, got a police report? You first in the hopper tonight.
This is great.
And the last shall be first.
Merry Christmas to you all. I don't really have anything other than just, our two programs. Well, do y'all have any questions for me over the stats or anything?
Tell them about your Thanksgiving and
Okay.
Christmas.
So we have two programs here that I created a couple years back. This year we were able to get 80 meals, get enough money donated through the community to get 80 meals and provide all these meals to everybody inside the city limits. So we delivered 80 meals to residents and drinks, as in waters and Cokes and stuff, all of it bought with money that was donated from local businesses and individuals to that. In addition to that, we always had, when I started in law enforcement in 95, we had Shop with a Cop. That was a big thing. So, me being true to my roots, shop with a cop for me is setting up an appointment, coming to the PD. We got quite a few donations for that. We've currently got 10 families that have signed up by appointment. We had 2 come in today that weren't. So we'll service that need from the gifts, from the donations until Friday. Friday, we kind of opened it up to if you live in Watertown per se, not just the city limits. We wanted to make sure we got our city limits folks taken care of first, to Watertown. And then Saturday, we'll have at 1 o'clock at the meal or whatever Randy does, we'll be there with the table once they see the Santa, and then some kids can come and pick up some stuff. So it was an amazing year this year to be able to give back that much to the community. We got a lot of gifts. We had a lot of generous donations from local businesses and individuals. It was really good. Feels good to give back like that.
Two good problems.
So
2 good problems. Questions of the chief? Anybody? All right, appreciate you.
yep.
Fire department would be next. I know Chief Hahn said he couldn't be here. We got anybody in the fire department? Okay, you got a written report in there. We'll take it, no news is good news. And I think there was 40-something calls this last month, We're down 6 from the same period of time a year ago. Dale's sitting here on the front row, ready to give a sewer report. Excited about it, man.
Sure.
Gets up and said, all right.
I don't have a whole lot in last month exciting happening. I did have a state came and did an inspection today. Actually, they did 2 consecutive inspections today, which was a whole carload full of people. But I think they all went back to Nashville happy, which is a good thing. So
Good.
beyond that, I don't have a lot for you tonight.
They need to go back happy and
We like that. Yeah.
stay down there, yeah. Any questions of Dave? Anybody? All right, appreciate it. Jeff, you ready? Parks and Recreation? Uh-oh.
I thought I'd bring it back.
Y'all tag teaming tonight?
If y'all don't know Jonathan, I don't know that he's ever been here for the meeting, but Jonathan ran the baseball leagues this year and did a great job, and he's doing them again this year. He's also doing my little kids, the little preschool for instructional league for basketball. He coaches basketball and he coaches football, and so he's here all the time. But we have a need. I think our city building's kind of outgrowing the space. We need another building. We've been working with Black's Metal, he has, and they called and said they had a couple of buildings. They've got an 8x8 and a 10x10. I really feel like we need the 10x10 more than we need the 8x8. It does have a window, but we can put a board in front of the window so we don't have to worry about the window just boarded up from inside. It'll be fine. But they believe it was $2,600 for the 8x8 and $3,400 for the 10x10. But that'll give us space to keep our equipment. We'll keep it up, still try to put it up here somewhere. I don't know where, but somebody could tell us where. And that way we can put our equipment in there and keep it dry and have a place for it to keep it away from everything else.
Yeah.
Kind of like we're doing with football. So, if I had my druthers, I'd like the 34, the bigger building. So
10x10?
yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to, protect our pitching machines for the girls. We're trying to, nets for, keeps people safe. Put them inside that purple building. I mean, moisture's still getting inside. So, I mean, it's running. So, I mean, why should the city keep spending money for machines when we can protect them?
Like the way you're thinking. I recommend that to you, the 10x10 for $3,400, if that's the will of the council.
Recommend just a little more in case it's a runover. Is that for sure price?
That's what he said was the price.
I
So
know when I did my
That
building,
delivery
it was
unit?
higher.
I think so.
There won't be
Tax-
sales tax.
There won't be any sales tax. What, quick question, are we still storing anything upstairs at the fire
Yes.
department?
We're storing baseball and soccer stuff.
Okay. Mayor, any idea how long before they gonna start that build out and we have to be out of there?
I didn't know they was doing a build out.
I thought about a year or so ago, they were talking about putting more WEMA folks down here or whatever.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I do know what you're talking about now. No, there hadn't been any follow-up
Okay,
discussions.
so that space is gonna be available for the foreseeable
I
future?
would think so, Steve.
Okay.
I'm sorry I wasn't following you.
Yeah,
So,
but I understand. You're talking about storing the equipment that we take in and out off the field every time we play games.
Not
and
just
whatnot.
that, during the fall, or
Ju-
after the
all-
season, all
year
the
round,
equipment,
yeah.
because we've got
Got helmets, bats,
Yeah.
bags.
35 bags of equipment that we've
Yeah.
got to.
Well, I know in the past, we've
You
had
need a
trouble
motion?
with things up there
Yeah.
getting moved around.
I make a motion that, we allow him, dive
okay,
I'll second
10 by
that.
10.
Thanks.
all right, got a motion and a
But I would
second?
like to maybe go up to, let's do 38, just in case they do
Absolutely.
charge for delivery fee. That's usually $250 to $350, I would think.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't,
If Hal's all right with it?
But it's
Hal?
just too high to let run.
Hal, you make the motion, but I said I would like to go to 3,800 in case there's a delivery fee. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, then I second it.
All right, we got a motion and a second. We have discussion around the table. Anybody, anywhere? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Now, let me say something while y'all are standing there, and there may be people out here that don't know how successful our recreation programs are here. Due a lot of it to these two gentlemen and their families. We've got, what, 600 kids this time playing basketball? You know, that's over a third of our population, and I recognize they don't all live in town, but that's amazing. We had, what, 350 play baseball and t-ball?
We had, about 150 show up for football.
And then we had, what do you have on the 3 football programs? Probably.
we had 75 boys playing football, and we had 53, I think, cheerleaders.
And then we have a little short soccer season.
Had 150 or so in soccer.
That's just amazing to me.
It's amazing the work that these people put into it. I've been through it, so I know
Yep,
what the work is, and it's.
it's a lot of work.
It's a big amount.
Very proud.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all for supporting it, because without the city, we wouldn't have a program. I mean,
Well,
just-
I mean, you know, you hear it said the kids are our future, but they literally are.
Don't get me on my soapbox. 'Cause,
Yeah. If you put them over here, you know where they are.
yeah,
And, same way on the basketball court. You don't have to worry about them getting into something or not.
having mentioned that, I'm just gonna briefly let you know that I'm done. As of after the signups for baseball, I'm going to be stepping down. So,
And what date will that be?
I don't know, we'll start January, so it'll be sometime in February, March before we,
Well, I got a little time to talk to you between now and yeah, we'll all rest a minute or two over
well,
Christmas.
it's nothing. It's just, it's 40, I've been coaching since I was 16, and except for 3 years in the Army, I've been doing it, and I'm just, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, like
I know you
say,
understand.
I understand, but you don't, it's not final tonight. And you may not be able to get the votes to accept it. But, no,
Not
you
even
got a good-
recommendation.
Got a good man standing there with you.
Absolutely.
He's a pretty good basketball coach.
And
I
Sean
know that.
has said that he would take the basketball, Sean High, so,
Okay,
Oh, awesome.
yeah, so we
yeah,
kind
good.
of covered it.
Well, we may move you up and let you be the godfather and all these guys work under you. How about that?
Anyway, thank y'all. for
No, I
that.
have, I've had 2 people come up to me from the south side area and praise Watertown for accepting them and allowing them the opportunity to play basketball, because they said without Watertown, accepting them, they would have no basketball.
Yeah.
And that West Wilson League didn't want to accept them, Blue League didn't want to accept them, and they were without basketball. And they just said, thank you, city council, thank you to Jeff Tunk specifically, and they said, thank you to Jeff Luttrell for helping get that ball going. And so I just want to say thanks.
No problem. 5 gyms, 8 hours at least a day. We did 10 hours Saturday, because Tucker's did the 6th grade tournament, so it's been
You tell them down there, all roads lead to Watertown.
That's it. That's it.
Center of the universe right here.
Thank
Well,
y'all.
well, Jeff, one
yeah.
other question. Because we talked about lights on the little field and possibly looking at the lights on the big field.
Jonathan has got a contact for the big lights. We're waiting for an answer for that.
We, spoke to him on the way here. He actually forgot about meeting me last Wednesday. We're gonna meet this Thursday at 4:30, to discuss what type of lights, and what would be suitable for brightening up the field enough to where we maybe don't have to have so many lights.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on that.
Yeah, like I said, with the new technology, I think we probably could go with fewer fixtures if it's arranged properly.
Right,
and-
And 110.
The people that
Yeah.
I've got coming are certified electricians, so they have a big enough truck to reach, high enough to reach these lights. So they can get up there and see what we got, what we're dealing with, and give us ideas or
Okay.
suggestions to go with what light.
You said that was 4:30 this Thursday?
It's supposed to be 4:30 this Thursday, unless it's pouring down rain.
And I talked to Shannon last week. They've been so busy with service calls that he hadn't been. I know we're on video, but I don't think he's gonna charge us to wire all this up. So I'm kinda leaving it to his mercy when he can get to us to get this, but it's all set to go whenever they get there, and then we've got the lights bought, so we're ahead as far as that goes, but.
We'll try to repurpose a few of these lights that we've got out there now to put across the bridge, the walkway, to maybe light it up during the night. I mean, it don't cost us nothing, it's solar, so.
I think Bobby wants some for something else too, put on something.
Okay.
They're motion activated, so they should serve us well there.
Not to end on a negative note, but on those teams that hadn't paid, we need to get some money.
Yeah, we're at 5 or less. One of them's Manheim, and it's
Yeah, just,
it's coming. It's just one of those act of Congress
I
you've
just-
got to go through.
don't wanna have to be the bad guy.
Yeah, no, we'll be, the other ones are all, I'm not worried about them.
I think we can all agree, no additional play if you have an outstanding balance from last year.
Well, that's, the word I put out was that they couldn't play when we go back in January if they hadn't paid.
Exactly.
And that's not fair to the kids that are playing. I really feel badly about that, but we have had one or two over the years, not many, but one or two that have beaten us. And we run this really, if these guys weren't devoting all their time, we run it on a shoestring, as y'all know, and we're not trying to make money, we just don't want to lose any. And 5 teams at $350 might be the difference between breaking even or finishing a little bit in the black as opposed to losing money, so that's the only reason I bring it up.
Yep.
Jeff's getting where he dreads sin because I remind him of it from time to time. Anything else? Questions of these guys?
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, Chris, you ready to talk about a railroad museum?
Sure. Just a couple things. It's been a great year. We got a lot accomplished. Feel like we're moving forward. We've gotten great response. Last month or so on the donation side and fundraising side, some things like that. So just a couple of things for next year, just to be looking forward to. The board's approved a couple of things that we're going to start kind of doing organizationally. We want to start really hosting the trains in a better fashion. So we're going to develop some things there, just some signage or, folks welcoming people off the train. There's a little bit of confusion when they get off. Where do we go? That kind of thing. So we're just going to start to help with some of those kind of things. Tennessee Central, again, building a great relationship there. They're really excited about some of those things. We want to start doing some museum activities, even though, it's not completely done and restored and all that kind of thing, but do some pop-up museum things. So probably the second half of next year, we'll start to do some things where it's open on train days, train folks can come, community can come, those kind of things, and just start to let people know that it's there, even though it's not the finished product that's coming down the road. Along with that, we'll do, displays of plans and drawings and renderings and things like that, so people can really, the video and that kind of stuff that some of you have seen for sure, that, you know, folks can see and you know, ask questions about, that kind of thing. We had great response when we went to, I think we talked about it last time, when we went to the Tennessee Central's open house, had all of that stuff there, and people really responded to seeing, you know, seeing the pictures and the renderings and the video, so that was really good. We're working on some educational things we want to start developing. Laura, who's on our board, is our education committee chair, if you will, just being with the school district. So one of the things we're talking with Tennessee Central about, and they really want to do, is, you know, have the train come to communities, and we can do some kind of event with the school, a field trip, then kids can come, see the train, ask questions, something like that. So we're working on that with them, probably develop that the second half of next year, and have a day or two where we start to have those kind of train events here that connect with the school and the library and those kind of things. So that's exciting to kind of get those programs going even before we're into a building phase or the steam engines here, that kind of stuff. So that's exciting. And then we'll just continue our steps towards the building process, get into the approvals process and some of that, hopefully second or third quarter next year, start that process so we can kind of keep the building phase thing moving, you know, towards a start date. And then lastly, on the promotional side, if you will, I know I told you all, I think some of you have seen this, we had developed a pamphlet that we were handing out on the trains, just had Watertown info, business info, that kind of thing. We're going to take that to the next level, if you will, along with Tennessee Central, and develop kind of a playbill souvenir book kind of a thing, you know, full color. That way Tennessee Central, Watertown, the museum, National Steam can all have, you know, information in here. We can have advertising in here, city information, a map, all that kind of stuff. So that way, because currently they're taking information from a whole lot of people, and the folks get a pile of papers and photocopies and different size cards and all this. So they would like to clean that up. So I suggested, well, why don't we develop something like this that's kind of a souvenir book, so that the train folks, when they get off the train, they have something to take with them, and it, you know, they have the Watertown information in there. So we'll kind of develop that, start that on the trains in the spring, hopefully the February trains, and kind of give them a souvenir thing to take with them that, you know, has our info in it. So we're excited about that kind of thing. That's pretty much it, kind of wrap up for the year. Excited for next year. Any questions?
Hope to see you next year. Right
I'll
back
definitely be
there.
here for sure. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to get Tennessee Central representative and Nashville Steam representative in here sometime beginning of the year, just to kind of, so they can kind of give you their updates. And we'll hopefully February-ish, going to try and get a meeting scheduled with Nashville Steam so we can start the conversations about the turntable and, you know, where they're at, and just make sure that communication's going there before we get into the construction phase on the turntable part, so.
All right.
So,
Thank
and
you, sir.
lastly, I'd be remiss if I didn't, on behalf of Val and myself, say anchor down.
Listen to him.
Yes.
Did he say what I thought he said?
On record.
Yes.
You know, y'all.
I'm not gonna say a word.
You're doing a fantastic job. One thing I don't think you've touched on yet, we need restaurants and food for these people. When this train starts coming in, it's gonna be a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And we don't have food.
Right. So some of the things we'll develop, especially once the steam engine starts coming, which they're saying they're 12 or 18 months down the road to actually come to town. They've done a couple tests. They've passed those. They have to do another test to pass that. Once that's done, they can start track testing. They have to do something like 400 miles of track testing. So they're, in their minds, they're saying 12 to 18 months. Once that starts happening, we're hoping to be in a position where, even though the facility won't be finished yet, when that's done, it will have all of those things. We'll be able to do some things like restroom trailers, or at least, you know, extensive, you know, portable johns, some food trucks, some things like that kind of thing. So we're kind of laying the foundation for that now. When that happens, we'll be able to accommodate that. Because if we go from 500 people to 1,500 people on a train day, you know, as much as we love having the Atwood building, you know, that really can't accommodate those. So we're trying to lay the foundation and planning for those accommodations. But that's a great question, good thinking. Yeah.
Other questions, comments? I'm gonna change what I said a while ago, all roads and trains leave Watertown.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chris, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I wish you hadn't said that. I'm kidding. Congratulations to all of you. You've had your once-in-a-decade win. Staying on the rail just a minute, and I appreciate Chris and all that he and his group are doing. Steve Casey and I have a meeting Thursday by Zoom with the folks in Washington on the turntable. We were told in October that this meeting and the one in February hopefully would be the last ones before they turn us loose to start the design and bidding process for the turntable. So hopefully we're still on schedule, but we meet Thursday at 11 o'clock by Zoom. So, but apparently we've been doing what they want us to do.
And Mike, while you're on that, I have a conflict. I won't be there Thursday.
Okay, all right. Appreciate you letting me know. And I hadn't talked to Steve Smart, but I'm sure I'll hear from him tomorrow, probably. And before I go any further, I always neglect to ask, is there anybody out there in whatever it says, TV land, radio land, whatever, wanting to talk? You got anybody over there wanting to talk? No. Okay, good. No news is good news. Let me touch on some items of old business. First of all, we sold our 2 items of surplus. The Charger brought $2,500, the Suburban brought $800, and we hadn't gotten that money yet from the county, but apparently that did okay. And now let's, is Miss Hosey here? I wondered if that was you. Come on up. She has a request of us, and I found the stuff you sent me, but I couldn't read it. It was just blurry. So tell us what.
I'm here to beg for my money back that I had to pay on a plumbing expense when some sewage came up in my backyard. Lovely. So the boys came out a couple times. I think I was eventually on my last chance of the 3rd time, and they couldn't come out anymore. We thought that it was wipes clogging it. They were not mine. So we thought it was coming downstream. Anyway, long story short, they pulled a big piece of plastic out of the main line. So apparently plumbers make a lot of money, like $1,000. So if you'd be so generous to.
Well, let me ask a couple of questions, because I appreciate you coming. I'm sorry you missed the meeting last time. We kind of had a failure to communicate. Where we had asked you to do some things on your side of the line, you did them, yes, clearly. Mm-hmm. And then, but they found the blockage on our side of the line. Mm-hmm. And but they charged you for it.
So at the time, we didn't know what was causing it, because y'all don't have cameras, so they couldn't actually go in and see that there was a big hunk of plastic in there.
Right.
So we thought it was a bunch of butt wipes that were not from my butt, but from my neighbor's butt. But we didn't know. So when they finally went in there with the camera, they were able to see the plastic about 5 feet in on the main line.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is past the part of mine.
It's past your tap.
Correct, yeah,
Okay.
past the 90-degree onto your walls.
Okay.
And who did this? An individual, you hired a plumber that
Yes.
discovered this and cleaned it out?
Yes.
And
Do you
I couldn't read who it
Let
was.
me see.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was back in September. Oh yeah, Arbins,
Okay. And how much was the bill?
1,100 total.
As in dollars?
Yes,
Okay.
dollar bills.
Okay. Does sound like it was our problem. What's the pleasure of council? She's asking to get her money back that she spent on the city line. That seems fair to me.
Yeah, for their money back, yes.
Yeah, you make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
Okay.
Do they know what it was? Like, it's a piece of plastic that they didn't, I'm sure it was gross, but, you know.
Yeah, it was pretty gross, yeah. No, it was like, I don't know, it was like white and it was like all jagged, like it was shoved in there. I don't know.
It's, where is your house at?
970 Beckwith.
What have they done there on pipe work? Is that interliner area there, or is that actual dig down area?
I don't know, maybe Cody can tell us more about that.
Her actual sewer line runs behind her house, and it's tied into the lady up the street. And it runs from Beckwith Avenue down to Euclid. So that is a main city line right there. What busted in her line would have probably been the sweeping T cap, and it went down, because I know y'all had some tree work done too back there. So they might have run over your cap, who knows, and it went down the line. We just couldn't find it. We jetted it out a couple of times before.
Yeah.
And it would go down, and about 2 weeks later, you'd call back, and we'd go out there and jet it there, but we never could find no plastic or nothing like that. We'd run our camera down in it, but we couldn't see it. We do have a camera.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you had that.
Okay.
Yeah, we had one that go 300 feet down, but we must have skipped over it, when we went down through that line.
Okay. That answer your question? Okay. All right, we got a motion and a second to refund Ms. Ozy that money. Further discussion?
Thank you.
Yeah, hang on, we ain't voted yet. I'm feeling decent about it though. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, now what I need you to do is get these ladies over here sometime between now and Friday,
Okay.
a copy of that bill or something we can read, because my auditor's gonna wanna know why I refunded money. And, we'll do a check,
Sounds
sign
good.
it and get it to you.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank you for coming in and explaining. I'm sorry you had all that trouble, but
My dog enjoyed it. No. Sorry, too much.
okay, let's go on and talk about the water policy we had talked about last time, and Steve has suggested some modifications to what we did last time, and you've heard the gentleman that was here tonight talk about what he's doing. We have a few people over the years that we have done that for, and they need our help, kind of what he said. But we have two right now that were new and they have not paid us. So they're not gonna get that privilege any longer. April has sent them letters, she's called, we've chased, and we shouldn't have to chase people for our money. So, let's take up what Steve, go ahead, Steve, don't let me
Yeah, well,
talk over you here.
I would say the modifications I made were after our meeting last month, April sent us all an email. She indicated she was able to get us the meter you have here in front of you, Mayor, that can be used. And I guess my thought process was the original proposal you made, we were gonna put a meter out there and just leave it. But my concerns with that is you're still basically trusting someone on the honor system totally. But I'm of the feeling if they're getting water now and not paying it, they're not gonna bother to take a picture and send you a picture and do the meter reading anyway. So what I was proposing is we use this meter and it has to be checked out from City Hall. And
This
that way-
meter?
Yeah. That way April can take or whoever's up front in City Hall can get the reading off the meter when it's checked out. They bring it back, we get another reading, therefore we know what water they got. And I added a few details in there because doing it this way, you're limited to one person at a time, so we want the meter back the second business day after they check it out. So that if someone else needs it, it's back in-house. And it's not a foolproof system by any means.
Nothing will be.
And nothing will be, but it was just my thoughts on how we might be able to, take use of the meter and tighten down, those who are abusing the privilege.
You said Bob was getting something too?
Bob ordered something 2 weeks ago after our last meeting, and he's supposed to come in this Thursday. April and I had him on the phone, about 15 minutes before the meeting started. The way he explained it to me is it will have a measuring device on it. It will hook up, they're gonna tap off the other side where you can't just open the other side. And then you get the reading, but you would take a picture with your phone before you do that, take a picture after you do that, and get it to us, get it to April and Tamara. That would alleviate having to come in, somebody come in and get it and take it out. The weakness of what you're proposing, Steve, as I see it, is that folks would have to come in during the business hours. And
Yes.
That doesn't work for me as much as well as someone else.
you do
I
yours,
also use this over here.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. The business hours would be tough. I work 3 jobs, so.
Johnson, you've been doing this a lot of years. You might have been the
I've
first.
been on the water for 18 years now.
Yeah, you might have been the first.
I started in Alexander, in DeKalb County, and I moved to here. But putting that on there and having where you gotta sign it in and out, that's gonna make it restricted for a lot of people that need it. And I, for one, a lot of times don't get out of work till 4:30 in the afternoon. And I'm 45 minutes away. By the time I go home, swap trucks, get down here, it'll be after 5 o'clock. And I'm sure Miss April will love her to death, does not want to stay here no after 5 o'clock. I mean, I understand, we need to do something, people using water, getting water that is unauthorized or don't pay the bill. But I do not agree with that.
Well, this gentleman talked to us earlier. He came in, made everything right, done everything he said there, and I appreciate that. We've just got 2 that could be ruining this for everybody. We won't let that happen, but
Could you set up an auto pay system where you make people have to have it debited out of their account immediately each month?
Subscriptions.
you'll have to ask somebody smarter than me. Those ladies to your right there.
Just curious if
Yeah.
that would help alleviate somebody not paying the bill. I would be
Sure.
more than happy to sign up for something like that.
That's probably doing an e-form that's a signature e-form. Does the city use Google
What?
Docs, do you know?
I don't know.
What about if we try?
Do bank drafts every month.
Do y'all use like Google Docs or any of those that has an e-form where you can sign draft on?
The only option we have, we can do bank drafts, and they have to sign, they authorize us to take it out on the 10th of the month.
But you're gonna need a waiver form,
Well,
pause
other
ability form.
customers do it for their regular bills.
Oh.
We have a form they fill out.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It has to come out of their checking or savings account.
That would probably work.
So what if we try what Bob is getting and see how it works for a month? Would that work? Y'all be okay with that? Putting that on there and asking people to take a picture of it before whatever the meter reading is and after if they get their water? And then they could just send it to you, April?
That's fine.
Would that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then if that doesn't work, we'll revisit it next month. Is that all right?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I
like I said,
think my biggest gripe with leaving it on there is just people being, I don't mean to be rude, but so many people are mischievous.
All right.
And it's an expensive piece of equipment.
It is that.
Do you
Yeah.
guys not have a camera that could be set up over here?
I don't know if, is there a camera right there, chief? Something that sees that area?
yeah, but again, that was my concern about, actually 2 concerns, leaving it on there all the time, it's liable to walk off. And,
They do make another design that is like that is able to be locked to the hydrant.
And I think that's what we ordered, Mr. Casey.
I think that's what Bob told me a while ago.
With the lock on it.
one with the lock on it where you can lock it to the hydrant?
Yes, sir, I'm pretty sure it's what he ordered.
Okay. And the other concern about it being there all the time, is someone come, it may be there, they may come up and get water, but are they gonna take the pictures and send it back? I mean, but again, nothing we do is gonna be a perfect solution, so I'm not opposed to going with, if it's a lockable meter, Bob's got to order, that, we can do a trial. and see
Let's
how-
try it this month, if that's
Yeah.
all right, and then we'll revisit it if we need to.
Yeah,
That work for you, John?
If they don't send you pictures, then you could revoke their ability.
Yeah,
to
we
take
will.
water as well.
right, but again, it's,
I know it's chasing people around.
you're chasing people and you're trying to identify who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a combination, but if we have if we can get the trailer over there, that would assist in,
Maybe push
Potentially.
the trailer over there for a month or two and see how that works.
I got no problem taking pictures of the tap and sending back in.
Me neither.
And I do like the idea of offering to do the bank draft for those that, because
Sure.
that makes, it's very convenient for me not to have to remember what day of the month it is, it just comes out. Because you gave me a lot of courtesy texts and calls, and I was like, just fix this. I can't remember what day it is.
and I want to reiterate what the mayor had mentioned earlier. We're not trying to make this difficult on anybody, but we do have a couple bad apples and we've got to do something to address that situation. And we're not, and I don't want to imply that either one of you would not follow the procedures, but we do have an issue that we're trying to address.
And let me, kind of go back further than that. Everything Steve said is correct. And I agree 100%. We are under pressure, an order from TDEC folks. We have an extreme amount of water loss, or what they consider water loss. And so we're working on some things now that I'll go over here in a few minutes to cut that down, but they sent me a letter a month or so ago and said, I need to have a plan long-term in by December 30, which is 2 weeks from today. And I sent a letter today asking for a 90-day extension. Our engineer suggested that we get that. I said all that to say this is just a part of the water loss. It's certainly not all of it, but we're just trying to tighten down everywhere we can. So you're gonna have some water loss in the city that you don't bill for when fire department drills or when they go to a fire, when the police department has to do things. But there are some things we can tighten down on, perhaps this is one of them, without hurting you guys. So appreciate
I
that.
mean, I'm sure he is too. I mean, we're already overpaying for what we're actually getting anyway.
You really are.
Just to accommodate for what we might be losing out of our hoses
You really are.
when we disconnect.
Yeah.
So I mean, myself, I'm paying for 5,000 gallons a month.
That's what I was paying for too. I was only using about 2,000, so I
So I
brought it
mean,
down.
like I said earlier, I hauled from DeKalb County for a long time. I brought my averages up here. That way they could base what I was using off of it. And I only use about 3,500. So we're overpaying for what we're saying we're using anyway.
Right.
Just to cover for what losses come through the hose.
But Jonathan, if we get this metered, won't that save you some money?
It might,
Okay.
it might.
I could say,
I mean, I don't understand really, I know we had to do the water increase for the money, for the reasons for other.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I can't physically, and he can't either, physically go to the tap or faucet, just turn the water on and not worry about it.
Right.
We have to physically put fuel in our vehicles, key in our trucks, whether it's 0 degrees. I mean, I want my kids to take a bath every night.
Sure.
Okay, I want to be able to furnish the household. So we're burning our fuel, burning our equipment to make sure our families survive. But
Nope.
yet, we're paying more.
Well, you are, but if we get it metered and you're not using as much,
Correct, I understand what
you potentially can save, depending on where you fall on the scale. Okay. Well, maybe,
Well, it wouldn't be overcharged, that's for sure.
yeah, that's true. Maybe it'd be a win-win.
it was that the meter installation should make your bill more accurate with actual
Yeah.
usage of what you pump. And it gives us the controls for accounting for the water loss that we need for our report.
I mean, the only reason I up mine is because the mayor knew mine. Because I had issues in the beginning, and I'm not willing to bring it up right now. That's been resolved. But that's the reason I up mine, that way there's no fussing, no crying, no that.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate everybody's input. We'll try that a month, see where we are. Let me, update you on,
Mayor, I do have one more question.
yes, sir.
When that goes on, will the folks that actually use this tap out here get a notification as to when they need to start taking pictures or a place to where to send the information to?
Can we do that? Okay. Okay.
Could probably update something on the website, put a QR code thing that they
Yeah.
scan, probably the easiest thing to do. Then it would send them straight to a link.
We'll try to get that done too.
That wouldn't be hard.
No, it really wouldn't, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me just bring y'all up to date on all our projects that are going. I've already mentioned the turntable. Sewer project, what the architect told me today, or the engineer, I guess he is, regarding the sewer project, the work in Commerce Street is nearing completion. There is approximately 700 linear feet of 18-inch sewer that remains to be installed, and a crossing of Roundlet Creek. Once installed and tested, then the contractor will begin changing over services and undertaking final cleanup. All that sounds good. My statement was, we need to get this done. And I know the weather's not real conducive right now, but there were times that it was. Anybody got any questions about that? All right, I'm just reading what was sent to me. The work on the water tank is done. And we're back to normal. The tank is full, or reasonably full. And we had, see you. Welcome here anytime. Don't know why you won't be here, but you will. During the time that we were down, that I was worried, we had 2 leaks. And we had to use a little water from Wilson County Water Authority. We paid it in the last bill. But other than that, everything that was set up worked good. And we didn't have a major fire in town. We had one during that time out the highway, of course, but that was other water source. But I was really worried about that. I was afraid wake up one night and see a house burning or something and know that we had a problem. We're back operating normal. We got a pretty new tank, got the W on the side. And so now we go to, the contractor has started changing out the valves and the piping. Now, I'm not sure where or what that is, but the tank's in service. Nothing on street paving, obviously, but we'll get to that hopefully in the summertime. Ms. Dowd, Mr. Dowd, Atwood House, anything we need to do on that tonight?
I think we requested and worked on everything that Tim talked about last time.
Okay,
So we're pretty good there. We got a few supplies to get for next year, and then we'll hand it over to the new historic Watertown president who got voted in, and that is Jacob Swayze.
okay. So nothing we need to do tonight
Nothing we
then?
need to do tonight before they have the house.
Okay.
Wait till next month. We'll keep you informed.
Tim, okay?
He's good. He's got another meeting tonight, so.
He's getting too
He said
important.
if he could come, he would be asking me about the ordinance that Hal had mentioned about new construction not having garages in the front of the house. And one of those new houses going up by the middle school does have a garage in the front. So is that ordinance gone or what?
I don't know the answer to that. That would be our planner, and I don't
Okay.
know the answer.
That was just a curiosity.
I didn't know we had an ordinance.
I didn't either, so.
If we do, we need to get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know, that's a question for Chris.
Ordinances was the bottom line.
Well,
We still have some that's on there from like 1918, that's just ridiculous.
yeah, well, the problem, you're talking about having a side entry garage, not a front entry garage. Well,
Years
it-
of the carriage houses, you always had to have it around the back, and that was carried on to an extent, but
Right,
not anymore. Anyway, it was just for fun, it wasn't serious.
yeah, okay, because it was,
But we do have ordinances that need looking at.
right. But when we allow 50-foot wide lots, you can't have a side entry garage, you can't physically
Precisely.
do that. But,
Can't require anything, so.
Yeah.
Can't get around.
All right, I don't have anything to report on the burn pile. Is anybody using it, April? Tamara, anybody using it?
Not the last couple of weeks.
I guess it's not the time of year. We'll have to revisit that maybe when we get closer to the spring, I guess. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah.
As a note, I've had 2 or 3 people in the store ask about it. Hey, you heard anything about burn off?
I'm not sure where we left it last year.
People are interested.
Now, I've had multiple people who are very angry at the situation of someone saying something about the burn pile.
They're not mad at us.
No, they're wanting names that,
Oh,
you know, so no.
Yeah.
They're upset though.
yeah.
We said we
Okay.
were keeping it locked.
Do what?
We said we were keeping it locked.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I almost didn't put it on here. The roller, you talked about the roller last time
I
we
have
did.
not got a motor for it yet, but I need to
No
get
problem,
up there and grab a motor.
no problem. The only other item of old business, your budget report. We are 46% through the year as of yesterday. And I'm double checking some numbers, that need to be double checked, I think. But we are, our Parks and Recreation is about $15,000 to the good. Our water and sewer is about $90,000 to the good. We're gonna need that to make that big debt payment in May. And, but we're down about 100 and some odd thousand in the general fund. That's the reason I need to check those numbers. Of course, property taxes hadn't started coming in yet, and we should get that back to even, but there are some expenses that I wonder are being, if they're being properly classified. So hopefully we'll have, that may be what I do over part of my Christmas holidays. Since I don't get to go to a big bowl game like everybody else here, Vanderbilt, and I get to go to Nashville. So,
well, quick question. The 2 numbers that jumped out at me were the sundry and the insurance expense under
Yeah.
general. Is that the 2 the ones
that's
you're?
2 of them. There's some
Okay.
more that are smaller. I'm gonna question the sundry and whether or not it's classified correctly. The insurance, I had it divided out, half from water and sewer and half from general. We paid it all from general, so there needs to be half that to go from sewer
Right, well-
over. And that'll bring the difference down
Yeah.
some.
I was gonna say, those jumped out at me because sundry, I think, was over 100% over for the budget already, and the insurance was right at 75% of the total year budget already.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm looking at that today, but I don't have answers tonight. I hope to soon. But I don't have any budget amendments or anything tonight, but I put that on there in case we did. Laura, you want to talk about your committee? I'm in the new business now, so.
Okay. So you all have in front of you a proposal, being on a few different committees and boards and hearing from others. We have a need within our city. One, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. The city doesn't know what's going on. City meaning our emergency crew. They don't always know what's going on. Terry from Railroad calls at the last minute and says, hey, I want to get this done. Well, then who's in charge of it? Police need to know. So with all that being said and us growing, I have a proposal in front of you for the Civics Planning Committee. And it would compose of 9 members, city council member, the city recorder, meaning Miss April, because I feel like that she needs to know what's going on, because she's the one that receives the brunt of the calls. And she's the one that has to make decisions on who the calls need to go to and things like that. So, council member, city recorder, foreman, meaning, AKA City Bob.
Shitty Bob.
City Bob. Sorry.
Or Cody.
Or Cody, yes, sorry, I need a nickname for you, City Cody. There we go. And the reason for that is, like the other day, the wind knocked the tree down. The only people that were around were females. We didn't know what else to do. I said, hold on just a minute. I text Bob. I said, can you get over there, anybody get over there and just help it so it's not a tripping hazard, that kind of stuff. And y'all were right on it, fixed it up. Like, I appreciate that. But that's why y'all need to know too what's going on. Plus the trash pickup and things like that. After an event, they need to know there was an event on the square on Monday morning. We need to get to this, first thing. We need the police chief, fire chief, or their designee to be at this committee. Then we've got the president historic, president of the Watertown Railroad, president of the chamber. And then we put on there Terry from Tennessee Central, because he right now, he dictates a whole lot. But he's also the one that's bringing in our tourism, the majority of our tourism at this point. Now, we may need to revisit this in a year from now, 18 months from now. But right now, that's kind of what we're thinking. Responsibilities is just like a community calendar, a central hub of behind the scenes, mainly for safety reasons. Working the mile-long yard sale, we saw a whole lot of things that would be very beneficial for us to have this committee too. You don't know what's going on. There's a fire, EMS starts going through the square, and we've got 500 people sitting on the square. You need to know if you have to take a back road or not. Then, like I said, the community hub for April. So that is my proposal. I think that we need to meet like every 2 months unless there's a major event coming up. We would also get things out there that things need to come to us. If Historic's planning on doing something, it would need to be brought before so we can work out any logistics beforehand, not a last minute situation. So like there's going to be kinks that need to be worked out, but that's with any new committee. But that's my proposal to you all, that this falls under the city so that the city can make sure we're safe. Because if something were to happen, it's going to come back on the city, not necessarily whatever committee out there is the one putting it on. So that's my proposal.
I think it's a good proposal. It's one that we talked about, I think, Chris, back in your store back in September, one Friday afternoon. And then Laura brought it back to their attention. I think it's a good thing. And certainly going to kind of dovetail in with his report a while ago, how things are going to pick up.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, so.
So this gives us a good year to kind of work out the kinks here, so that when things do start construction in different areas, this part's ready to go. Yeah. We've kind of worked out a lot of kinks, and we can just change what's needed for that activity. What are your thoughts, Chief?
Yes.
Okay, you're kind of looking like like blank face. I'm like, is he like hating this? Because I'm doing it for us. Okay.
Again, at the end of the day, you found out the hard way that at the mile-long yard sale that, hey, they end up having to call people in.
Yes.
Because nobody really believed that we needed this or that.
Right.
And then it was the last minute thing, so yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Bob, I recommend this to you.
Well, I'd just like to make one comment.
Sure.
I like the additional recommendations. You talk about things 30 days in advance, 90 days in advance. And just to this council, someone comes in here that's a week out instead of 30 days out, we're gonna have to say no. And that's the reason we're doing this, is to try to increase communications and make things run smoother. And these timelines, I think, were put in here, they were put in here obviously for a reason, and we need to enforce them, because, like I said, it's all gonna come back to us at the end of the day. So, I know we have a tendency to normally try to say yes to as much as we can,
We do.
but as this grows, we're gonna have to be more strict in what we, the guidelines that we go by.
That's why I feel like this, I try to include everyone that's on a board or community committee that's out there, because they're the ones that typically put things on. But yes, I agree.
Right, and they
And that's
need
why
to
we
be a-
put Terry on here, because he can sometimes be a last minute.
They need to be aware that we can't have you come in here on a Tuesday night wanting to do something on Saturday, because we've had that happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not fair to police
No, it's
chief and
not.
others.
No.
Nor to our budget. If we have to get
Right.
them in, if we haven't budgeted that, that's not fair to us.
Right. And as Steve mentioned, we say yes to just about everybody, and you hate to say no.
Right.
Because these are people we all know and live with. We want to help them, but I think this will be a good, I think it's a good thing.
So I guess tonight we would just need to okay this, and then we would need to select who our city council member is.
That's true. That's.
And
what-
then that would be all we would need.
Yeah. So first we need to approve the committee if you're of a mind to.
Do you want to make a motion to approve committee? I'll make a motion to approve committee.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. This side of the table is being heard tonight. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, and then y'all need to select a member to serve on this committee from the city council.
I think the member who didn't show up, we could automatically select.
You think Caleb? You got a future in government. Wilson, my thinking, aside from that, is Laura did the work on this. I think probably ought to be Laura. If y'all-
Well, my only concern with Laura is she's on the railroad.
Oh, are you already on there?
Are you already on this?
I'm not a president.
Okay, I didn't know.
No,
I
I'm
want
not
to make sure we
yeah.
didn't have a double conflict with,
Yeah.
because I know you're with the chamber and with the railroad museum, so.
Right. No,
can't-
I'm not on the,
You
I'm not a
can't vote
president.
twice.
Correct.
Well,
Well, I would nominate Laura in that case if there's not a conflict.
all right. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
All right. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Opposed?
I see a
No, you
need
don't
for
get a
it.
chance to vote against. I've got one other item that I want to present tonight. Our charter, not our charter, I guess our code says that we take Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. And we're gonna do that. But I was asked about the 26th, which is a Friday. And I kind of held my ground and said no until I was asked what the county was gonna do, and I thought for sure they were gonna back me up, and I called the county, and they said, oh, we're taking the 26th off. And the people at that table sitting in the back heard that. I made a mistake of calling and having it on the speaker. So, I don't have any problem recommending that we grant this additional day. For the folks that work here, for City Bob and City Cody and the others, it doesn't affect them because they get paid, whether, you know, if they work, they get paid, if they don't, they get paid. Where it affects us is in the police department, and I sent the chief a email this afternoon and asked him, because I hadn't budgeted for this, because his people working will get paid overtime, as they should. So I've asked him if we approve this to limit that day to 24 hours of overtime, and then get back on the regular schedule. And I think he's okay with that. So-
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna comment is the only person that hurts is me, because I work Christmas Eve, Christmas Day every day. I mean, I don't really take a day off, I'm always in the office. So, again, I'm not gonna be somebody who's for the employees, I just want to charge for it, it's really.
Well, no, if you work, you need to get paid.
I've already cut everybody else out, though. I thought I sent you an email, I'm sorry. But everybody else, I've already cut it out to the one day shift guy, but when you say 24 hours, if they both work 12 hours apiece, that's 24 hours, so that cuts everybody out, even me.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I'm saying.
cut it down to 8.
Huh?
Cut it down to 8 apiece and not cut you out.
Then we won't have coverage for the whole day.
Yeah, you will. 8, 8, 8, it's 24.
Well, I guess what the chief's trying to say is, he doesn't normally patrol.
Oh,
Yes, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
well,
But I've already cut everybody else out, like, there's nobody else working but the day shift guy, night shift guy, and me.
okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna recommend that to you, that we make this year only, the 26th, an additional holiday.
I'll make a motion to make 26 an additional holiday.
Is there a second to that?
Second it.
Okay, we got a second.
So you made a fatal mistake. The bigger the government is, the more days there are off.
That's
So
true,
you
we're growing,
called too big of an area, so.
we're
Just
growing.
call Alexandria and see.
All right, we got a motion and a second to take December 26th as an additional holiday. I've already been hit with what we're gonna do on the 31st and of December and the 2nd of January. He said, we're gonna work, and I didn't call the county. So I think they're working too, so. Anyway, got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Y'all got me out of a mess, thank you. Couple of informational items, I should have mentioned this earlier, one of them, but our next meeting will be next year on January 20th at 6, and what I should have mentioned before is what a wonderful Christmas parade we had.
I've heard numerous people talk about
So
that.
great.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yes.
And, the number of people up and down the street was just phenomenal. And it stayed dry, you know, they weren't throwing water on it. But it was just a great event, and all the people that worked hard to do that, I appreciate them. It made me proud, even proud of our little town, that we can put on something that good. And we know it, but we showed the world too, so just wanted to recognize them publicly. And we'll go around the table. Hal, you got anything?
No, everything.
All right. Steve?
I don't have anything.
Miss Laura?
I already presented my proposal.
Oh, okay, you're done for the year, right?
I am.
Okay. Kyle?
I do not.
Caleb's not here, and Miss April?
I don't either.
Oh, me. Okay, well, thank y'all. Anybody else got anything? This is the last time we'll gather for this year. And again, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Groundhog Day and whatever comes along after that. And,
I make a motion
that's it. There's a
to
second.
dismiss.
Second.
All right, we're out of here. Thank y'all for everything you